$350 billion. That is the proposed state budget for the 2026-2027 fiscal year. Say hello to Governor Newsom's May revise. It's an updated version of his budget proposal from back in January. This is his final budget as governor. Now, the final budget proposal comes down in June after the governor continues to meet with the Senate and the Assembly to continue those budget negotiations. But in this May revise, he says for the next 2 fiscal years, the state does not have a deficit. In fact, we have a budget surplus, and we're able to add to some state reserves that we have.
This is a 2-year budget. I'm not just trying to get out of Dodge and enjoy 6 months of the next governor saying, well, I left you a balanced budget. This is a balanced budget structurally for the next 18 months after I'm gone.
Headlines. There are proposed cuts, but there are also new taxes proposed to increase revenue for the state. You may remember back in January, Newsom anticipated a budget shortfall of about $2.9 billion the next fiscal year, and the year after that, a $22 billion deficit. Some of those proposed tax increases are on corporations, basically setting a cap for how much tax credit large corporations can get in the state. Newsom is also proposing a new sales tax on digital pre-written software and software as a service, so that includes things like Slack or Zoom. So again, those new taxes anticipated to generate more revenue for the state. But again, there are cuts, and these cuts are receiving strong pushback from healthcare advocates, especially when it comes to the undocumented immigrant community. So we need to take it to the federal level for this. Remember HR 1, the so-called big beautiful bill that passed? Well, that mandates new eligibility requirements for certain safety net programs like healthcare and food assistance. So here in California, that would be Medi-Cal healthcare. One big proposal Newsom is making, under those federal eligibility requirements, there is a work requirement and also a twice-a-year renewal requirement. But that applies for any federal funding, and California must comply with that. But Newsom is taking it a step further and applying those new eligibility requirements to people that only receive state-funded healthcare. So advocates are again pushing back, saying Newsom is taking it a step further than what President Trump has implemented, and they worry that this may lead to some people losing their Medi-Cal coverage. Another big thing that can impact healthcare for the undocumented community, raising Medi-Cal premiums for them. So currently it's at $0. Last year, Governor Newsom decided to raise it to $30. In this budget, he's proposing to raise that to $50. Again, advocates are pushing back, saying the undocumented immigrant community simply can't afford that. And if that's the case, they will likely lose out on that healthcare coverage. A big pushback these advocates acknowledge that they're getting is even Californians are struggling to make ends meet. And so why should taxpayer dollars be used to fund the undocumented immigrant community? Well, these advocates say these immigrants also contribute taxes. They're working members of society and they contribute to the economy. And so because they pay their fair share into the pot, they should be able to take out of it and benefit as well.